Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to MagHub Monday. I'm your host, Nick. First off, happy holidays. It is a short week this week. Just to let you guys know, we are closed on Tuesday and Wednesday. So if you have any questions, comments, realize that those won't be answered until Thursday. All right. Hope you guys are also taking some time off, spend it with friends and family, celebrate whatever holidays that you are celebrating this year. And we'll go ahead and get started. So today we're going to talk about forecasting. Right, so this is going to be all about how to create budgets for next year. It's going to be about how to create them efficiently, how to do them inside of MagHub, and how to do it based off of previous year's sales. So this should be really informative for you as you're building out your budgets and your forecast for 2020. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, so we are planning for 2020 in this edition of MagHub Monday, and we're going to start things off with how we did last year. All right, it's a good indicator of how we're going to do this year, or who at least we should create forecasts for. If you've never done this before, your forecast is going to be totally empty, and that's okay. But my favorite, it is my favorite report in the entire system is called the Annual Client Spend. Okay, so when I come in here to my quick links, I've already favorited this report, and you should do the same. It's the Annual Client Spend, and it's right here. If you haven't favorited this report yet, again, I highly recommend you do, but you can get there by going to your reports, all reports, and then it should be pretty close to the top here, this Annual Client Spend. Click the little star, that'll favorite the report so that it shows up in your quick links right up here. Okay, Annual Client Spend. Right now, I'm going to leave this all blank for me. As you go into this system and you start to look at this, most likely you will be defaulted as the rep. You can also do things like sales type, start month, start year. I'm going to actually change this to January so I can look at, hey, how did we do for each month in January? When I hit get report, this is going to show me everything that I sold as a user or as a rep in the system, right? So what orders are attributed to me by customer and then broken out by month. The cool thing about this is that when I come back up to the top, I can click include forecast data and get the report as well. This is going to show me prior year comparison and what I have forecasted that hasn't yet been closed for future months. Okay, so we're looking at this here, and now for Indian River, I've got all my sales data, which is great, but also, as you can see, in 2019, I didn't close out an opportunity in August that it looked like, or I had allocated like, hey, I have a forecast or I have an opportunity for August 2019. And then ultimately, this report will show you the delta, which is basically just the change. So like if I look at the total, $563,000 we sold to Indian River. We've got $15,000 still in the forecast. Last year we sold 267. The difference between 563 and 267 is 295. All right. Anytime something's in parentheses right here means that it's undersold, basically. So you sold more last year than you did in the current year. Okay. So last year we sold 48,000 in December. It was a great month. This year we only sold 36,000 so far. Okay. This is great. So you can kind of see your customers as a whole. And of course, you can go down and look at the bottom, and it will summarize not just by client on the right-hand side, but it'll summarize by month, which is awesome. Going into this, as you start to forecast for next year, what you can do is you can click this plus button next to the client. So for, let's just say OtterBox, I click the plus button, and what this is going to do is it's going to allow me to create a new opportunity. So I know from OtterBox that I didn't really sell anything to them until April. So April, May, June, July, August, I sold, about $4,000. So it might be a good indicator that I'll sell the same to them this year. So let's just say MagHub monthly. You can call it whatever you want, but this will be your name here or one of your colleagues' names. Publication. You don't have to select ad size and cash value, but it definitely helps. So then I can come in here and say, okay, April, May, June, July, August, September. Okay, so that's great. Maybe in addition to that, I think I might want to sell them or be able to sell them some digital ads. So instead of saving this, moving on, well, I'm going to add a new publication right below that, which is a new feature, which should help you save some time when you go through this. And I can add then say, hey, maybe they want to sponsor the Aisling webinar series. I talked to Joe. Joe was interested, or at least a little bit interested last time we spoke. And so then I can come in here and say, yeah, let's put that on the forecast at least, so I know it's a potential for this. All right. And so the cash value is going to be broken out by issue, by publication. So if I think I'm going to sell, a 2/3 vertical to OtterBox here, my 2/3 vertical price is $2,500 per issue or per ad. The same thing goes for the webinar series. So here we've got maybe a pre-roll ad, and the pre-roll ad costs $9.50, right, per issue, or in this case, per podcast or per webinar, I should say. Okay, expected close date. Obviously, I think I'm going to close this, probably in March, maybe even before then, if depending on what your deadlines look like. And then I can put a confidence level. These are all customizable. Talk to your system admin to get these changed. Okay, hit save. This is automatically going to create opportunities for OtterBox. So if I go start month 2020, now I come back in here. I should see. That's right. We're looking at 2019. So when I go into 2020 and I now get the same report, I'm going to see for OtterBox, wherever they are. Let's just do a quick find. Okay, for OtterBox, I've got my forecast numbers here. Now notice I didn't put 690 in. How is it calculating that? It's actually calculating it based off of the percentage that you weighted the opportunity at. So I said this was 20% or something like that. And so it's calculating the weighted value of that opportunity in here. So there you go. That's how you create an opportunity based off of this report. How do you find those opportunities to know in aggregate what your forecast looks like for an issue, for a month, by rep? That report is called our forecast detail. It's also in the reports section, but I've got mine favorited. This might be my second favorite report. What we have here is the ability to segment by publication and issue, by rep, by month. And so what I can do is into 2020, if I want to look and say, what does April 2020 look like for me, ads that are running in an issue? This is all issue date based. I can come in here and see Indian River, Capital Motors, and then OtterBox. Look at this. Hey, I've got my 2/3 page, MagHub monthly, and then I've got my MagHub webinar series included in here as well. Okay, so all the prices are broken out. You can see how we got to that 690 now. 500 plus 190 gives me that 690. And it's all right here in this forecast for the month, which is really nice to see. If you're a manager and you're looking at multiple users, so for instance, here we've got Nick and Anthony, you can click this group by user option, get the report, and it's going to break it out by rep by month, which is also pretty nice to see. Okay, that's how you create opportunities. That's how you use the annual client spend to help you do it quickly. And this is the forecast detail report. So when you're in the months operating, you know exactly what you're looking at as far as dollars in. Okay, have a great week, guys. Enjoy the next couple of days off. Hopefully you're enjoying it. We'll go from there. All right, see you next week.